This is a tutorial level. If you know how to play, you have the exit up there. You can attack to any enemy, up, down, just test it with this little S face. As an ogre, you have a natural shield that protects you from almost everything, except in your back, so watch out. This is a bomb dispenser. You can grab a bomb if you punch it. I know, I don't understand it either, but is how it works. And there are tons of other things that an ogre can do, but who cares? Not me. So this is over. Now wake up, Shrek. This dream tutorial is over.
Tutorial. Shrek's house.
Dad is terrible. Mommy Adolf is gone. What could have happened to him?
A funny hat. You need 13 stars to enter.
Shrek, it's me, your neighbor Peanut. I saw it all. An evil wizard kidnapped Hitler, and he said that if you give him the silver moon and the golden sun, Hitler will be with you again. Those two things are very old relics in two different temples far, far away. This is gonna be a very hard adventure for you. Good luck.
Shrek's house. The swamp.
The Star Eater is a colossal creature that wanders through space, and we called it like this because the creatures fits from the stars, but that is not the only thing that the creatures likes to eat.
A dead skeleton, that means is not a spooky dancing skeleton. The swamp. Swampy caves.
The rocks that were blocking the path are gone. Have you done something?
Swampy caves. Floating swamp. Floating swamp. Submarine cave. Submarine cave. Silver Moon Temple.
Oh my, a thief. Well then, be ready to be defeated by my silver machine of doom and spooky skulls. You may have defeated me, but there is always a bigger fish. There is always. Ha ha ha.
Silver Moon Temple. The bigger fish.
Is that Godzilla?
The bigger fish. Falling slowly.